Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Slipping Out. In this one we'll be rewinding right back to where it all began by taking a behind the scenes look at the prequel to the previously covered Life is Strange. Therefore, of course, in this one we'll be checking out episode 1 of Before the Storm, and then episode 2 and 3 will be following soon. I know many of you have been waiting a long time for me to cover Before the Storm, including a certain membership holder of Slippy Slides, so I certainly hope you enjoy the show. Just quickly before we get started in this one, a few viewers have pointed out that they didn't realise I had these, but I do have Twitter, Instagram and also Discord if you'd like to come along for a chat or find out about upcoming episodes and general behind the scenes information of what's happening here at Slippy Slides. So if you do want to know more, check out the description for links to those.
I can't believe Firewalk is playing a show at the old mill. Fuck yes! Mom would kill me if she knew I was out here. This band shreds so hard. I gotta get in there.
So to begin, as Chloe we head over to the old mill and the band Firewalk are inside shredding so hard. So I thought we'd go and take a look. Now of course, at the moment there isn't too much going on inside other than a few nice lighting effects which we can see through the windows.
This is intense! Shit!
Hey, Delia, come.
Cute dog.
Once inside, however, there is plenty to look at, but before we do, as we've already took a look from the outside in, I guess it's only fair that we take a look from the inside out. So what's happening inside the mosh pit before we enter? Well, as you can see, there's a lot of characters asserting dominance, including Rachel Amber herself. There are also some pretty cool machinery objects in the background over here, which does seem kind of a waste as most of them are hidden so far back it's too dark to see them. But we're not here to look at machinery, so let's get upstairs and watch the band. Or watch the scene of Chloe watching the band. Some of the more important parts of it anyway.
Fuck yes! Finally made it! I can't believe it!
You spilled my beer! bitch!
You should be more careful. It's a rough place.
I don't like your attitude.
Hey! Dickhead! Ah! Rachel? Come on! Hurry up!
Let me go, Frank!
Not gonna happen. Calm down.
Come on, man!
Walk away.
Screw this!
Some of you guys out there may remember when we were taking a look at the original Life is Strange, I flew the camera outside of Chloe's house and took a look at some of the surrounding scenery. Well, much of that is still the same here, so I'm not going to spend too long looking at this, but I always find it interesting how the developers can make a map look so large, whilst in actual fact they're relatively small. And it's all done through clever little tricks like bending the edge of the maps over as though it's going downhill, when really it is just the end of the map. Again, going back to the original episode of Life is Strange, some of you may remember a certain bus ride to the diner and how we saw that scene working. For those who did see that, you can probably guess what's coming next, but for those who didn't, this dream sequence is done in much the same way, where it's the scenery that's moving beside the vehicle, not the vehicle moving itself. Here I'll fly the camera right to the edge and leave it in a still position, and then you'll see the scenery loading up as it moves under the car.
Picking up my lover from the grocery store.
Dad! Okay, so why am I here again?
Oh, could you grab my belt for me? I think it's in my bag over there.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so Rachel goes into the dressing room to get changed, and for those of you who are curious to know how the character model does change, then here it is. It's simply a quick swap. The train scene works in a very similar way to how we saw the dream sequence working earlier. However, what about the opening animation? Well, this is interesting to look at because it's done entirely in a separate location to the rest of the scene, which is hidden underneath this part of the map, as you'll see once Rachel and Chloe jump aboard.
Where does this thing go? Fuck it!
We are now at the Overlock, and this is a fairly big place compared with some of the other locations. We're going to be revisiting here later in the video with something quite strange that I noticed near to the edge of the map. However, at this point I'm more interested in what's near us, mainly in the car park below. Now, as you may know, the developers like to leave us little Easter eggs on the vehicle license plates through the game, which you may have spotted earlier in the video at the mill. But take a look at this one. This one has its very own texture map for its license plate. Pretty unusual. And that's not all I found out here. Take a look at this sign that's hidden out of bounds. Now, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. It is out of bounds and we'd never normally see it. The school's football team is called the Bigfoots and there are rumours of one living in the forests of Arcadia Bay. Could this be confirmation of that? If so, why is it hidden out here? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Why are you crying, sweetheart?
Because you're not real.
I'm not.
What is going on? What do you care?
Sorry, sweetheart. I guess I'm getting into your personal business. Even when they don't admit it.
Mitchell!
So that was the second dream sequence we just saw there, and you may have noticed that just as the truck appears, the map changes. Now, whilst I was taking a look around this new map, I noticed that over in the distance in the dense fog, there was a bit of a town area hidden away, and as I flew over to it, I saw a sign that you may recognise, although the diner itself is nowhere to be seen.
What about Drew?
Alright, we are fast approaching the end of this episode and here is the final scene, but before we get into this one, as I said earlier, I'm going to come back to the Overlook during the daytime, and what I'm going to do is fly the camera more or less towards the edge of the map. Now when you see this, you may be thinking, Slippy, you idiot, there is nothing out here, and you'd be correct to think that. However, let's do the same thing in this final scene at night time. Now for some bizarre reason, when we do this, the fully 3D model of the lighthouse from Life is Strange appears from out of the darkness. Now why it's here during the nighttime scene and not the daytime scene when we'd actually be able to see it, I have no idea. Very strange.
Can I borrow your lighter? Thank you.
So there we go, that is it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed seeing some of the hidden secrets that we've taken a look at during this episode. There is plenty more to see because coming soon we'll be taking a look at episode 2, Brave New World, including behind the scenes of the school play and also taking a closer look at the fire that burns brightly deep in Arcadia Bay Forest. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care out there, guys.